Welcome back to Roaming Wild. Scouting the market, searching for abundant, raw materials left behind by elephant herds. To others, this is something to avoid. To him, this is real estate, his entire net worth, the future of and every blade of grass is meticulously calculated to create a product with optimal adhesion and aerodynamics. He inspects his product quality more carefully than luxury car brands. While he's focused on his work, look, they decide not to invest and leave. In the vast savanna, with no Google Maps, how does he navigate? With a pre-installed compass in his brain, the Milky Way. That's right, he navigates by the stars at night. A technology that even Elon Musk would have to respect. But then, an unfair competitor appears, trying to play the big fish eats small fish game. A fierce battle breaks out. This isn't just a fight over a ball of dung. This is a hostile takeover. The winner. After the battles, he continues rolling. Sometimes he encounters obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. But giving up is not in the vocabulary of a true CEO. And then, a force that no business plan could have predicted, a giant market recession in the shape of an elephant's foot. A single step could wipe out his entire assets, turning a CEO into a pauper. Such is the fragility of the startup life. After winning the bid and defeating the competition, our Dung Beetle begins the hardest phase of any startup project, logistics. Transporting the product through a terrain full of cumbersome, bureaucratic red tape and obstacles is truly an art form. And then, a force appears that no business plan could have ever predicted. A giant market recession in the shape of an elephant's foot. This is a risk on the level of an asteroid hitting the Earth. In that moment, his entire entrepreneurial life flashes before his eyes. All the KPIs, all the deadlines, they all become meaningless in the face of total annihilation. But then, the recession passed. Not a single complaint. A near bankruptcy experience? He sees it as he's rolling his hopes and dreams. After a rainstorm, the tiny neighbors, the bushveld rain frogs, begin to appear. They don't understand what he's doing, they just watch with admiration. This guy is persistent, they think. Finally, after a seemingly endless journey, having overcome competitors, natural disasters, and the volatility of life, he has brought his assets to his front door. This is the moment of success, built on sweat, tears, and dung. After the rain, the sky clears. Our Dung Beetle is on the final leg of his journey. The destination is in sight. This is the moment every CEO dreams of, the product delivery phase, the moment your hard work is about to pay off. And there it is, the front door, also known as the asset vault. Now comes the most technically challenging part, getting this entire massive fortune safely into the basement. It's like trying to move a 100 gigabytes file onto a 16 gigabytes flash drive. It requires skill, finesse, and a little bit of magic. He's done it. The deal is closed. The assets are secured in the vault. Now is the time to rest, enjoy the feeling of security, and plan for the next generation. An empire is being built from underground. But like any good movie, there's always a last-minute plot twist. Just when you're sitting comfortably at the top, there will always be someone who wants to take you down. Another rival appears right at his doorstep in a blatant home invasion. Another life or death battle breaks out to protect his property. And while you're busy with petty market share battles, you forget that there are larger forces that can wipe out the entire industry. A black swan event, a dot-com bubble burst, in the shape of an African bullfrog. He's not here to compete. He's here to liquidate the entire market. He doesn't care about your real estate or your stock prices. He's here for M&A. That is, munch and absorb. Every effort, every battle, every asset gets wiped out in an instant. This is nature's brutal liquidation. After the apocalypse, our dung beetle has lost everything. His assets, his rival, maybe even his wife. He has hit rock bottom. This is the moment every startup founder dreads, sitting alone in an empty office after the company has gone bankrupt. For a moment, he considers giving up. Maybe pivot to a new industry? Become a consultant? Write a book about his failures, perhaps? Despair sets in, and it seems like all hope is lost. But then he remembers who he is. He's not a consultant. He's a builder, a roller. He gets back up, dusts himself off, and goes looking for a new round of seed funding, starting with a smaller ball. The empire has fallen, but the entrepreneurial spirit is immortal. Because for the dung beetle, the meaning of life isn't in the destination or the size of the fortune. It's in the journey of rolling that ball. He is a living testament to the saying, no matter what life throws at you, just roll it into a ball and persistently push it forward. The dung beetle's philosophy, finding meaning in the roll. After watching the chaotic startup journey of the dung beetle, maybe it's time to rethink the meaning of effort. The dung beetle's life is an epic saga of persistence, spending an entire lifetime rolling a ball, made from stuff that everyone else throws away. It might sound pointless, but that's where the deepest philosophy lies. He faces everything: opportunistic thieves, unfair competitors, giant obstacles, and even natural disasters falling from the sky. Sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses his entire fortune. But one thing never changes: he never stops rolling. The lesson the dung beetle teaches us isn't about the final success, but about the value of the process itself. The ball we roll every day might be our job, our passion, our family, or some distant goal. There will be days we feel like we're pushing the entire world on our shoulders, and days when others get in our way. But like the dung beetle, maybe true happiness isn't found when we finally get the ball to the finish line, but in finding strength and meaning in every single push. So, be persistent, stay focused on your ball, and never let the failures along the way stop your journey. Because sometimes, not giving up is the greatest victory of all. Does this twisted logic make perfect sense to you? Like to join the official Believers in Luck Club? Subscribe, because we've got plenty more of the universe's ridiculous laws to investigate. And hit the bell, so you don't miss the moment luck strikes.